If your kid's bedroom feels like a constant battle of clothes, toys, and random little treasures, you are not alone. Today, I will be sharing some simple, easy ways to organize your child's bedroom, tricks that we have used over the years for our 3 children that have worked for us to keep their rooms tidy. Let's jump in. Hi, welcome back to the channel. If we haven't met yet, my name is Shauna and I love sharing easy and simple decluttering and organizing tips. Closet space is precious, so making the most of it is really important. Here are a few ways to maximize the space and even make it easier for your kids to get dressed in the mornings. You can double the hanging space by adding an extra rod. We found one on Amazon. This also makes it really easy for kids to independently put their clothes away and get dressed in the morning. When our kids were little, we would label their dresser drawers with sticky notes. We either would do pictures or words as they got older. This would help them know what belonged in each drawer so they were able to put things away, as well as know which drawer to find items so they didn't empty their drawers onto the floor all the time. And it really helped make getting dressed more independent for them. Another thing that worked for us, if we had the space, was to put a basket or 2 in the closet for the next size up or the next season's clothing. That way, if there was a day that was very different weather, we would have an item on hand already, or a basket for clothes that they outgrew. So as soon as they put something on and they thought it was too small, rather than putting it right into their laundry basket to be re-washed, even if it wasn't dirty, we could just throw it right into that basket and keep their closet clutter-free. If your kids are in sports, you know how hard it is to always know where the uniform or practice gear is. So something that we like to do for our boys especially was to give them each a plastic 3-drawer cart to store those items in there. That way we kept items out of the dresser. It wouldn't get mixed in the wrong drawer or anything. It belonged right in that plastic cart, and that really helped make it easier to find what they needed and have a home for those items. If your kiddo has a baseball hat collection that they love to wear but also like to see them, use command hooks. This can go in the closet, on a random wall. This is a great way to keep them organized but also make a really fun display with them as well. And then last thing for the closet is to repurpose an IKEA spice rack. Now these are designed to hold spices in a kitchen, but we found that by turning them upside down, they work really great for necklaces and scarves. Or you can just keep them right side up and they hold things like nail polish. You can still put your necklaces and scarves on them. For little kids, they work great holding books or little figurines. This is a great versatile organizing system that does not take up a lot of space and is fairly budget friendly. So we have used these in multiple ways in different areas of our home. Kids love collecting things, little pieces of paper, photos, so keeping a spot to hold those keepsakes and special items is really important. We have used photo boards and bulletin boards in our kids' rooms. We've made them either by taking a canvas with some ribbon and fabric, or covering a bulletin board and popping it back into a frame to make it a different color. There's great ways to make this just speak to who they are, the colors or themes they like, but also be a great way to hold those little things that normally would pile up that maybe to us might look like garbage but are really important to our kids. And this is a great way to create a home for them while still making it look really nice and blend seamlessly with their bedrooms. This next tip is not for everyone because it is not as budget friendly as the normal tips that I share. But if your child has a smaller bedroom, investing in a loft bed might be a really good solution. We did that in our last home because our daughter's room was on the smaller side. So we got one that had the desk underneath it, it had an extra bookcase and another closet in it, which freed up us being able to get rid of her dresser in her room to have more floor space and keep her room feeling less cluttered. There are a lot of different great loft bed options out there at various price points, so that might be something to look into if your child's room is on the smaller side. My next tip is probably not going to go over very well with everybody, and that is okay. Any of my tips that I share, take it or leave it. I just like to give different options. But let's talk about toys. Whenever possible, I do recommend not having toys in the bedroom, only if that's a possible solution. I know it's not. It has not always been a solution for us. I get it. I do find though that when there are less toys in the bedroom, my kids sleep better because they're not as distracted by all of the things around their room, and their rooms stay neater because there's less in there. If that is not a realistic solution for you, that's okay. I promise that's okay. So here are a few ways to organize toys in a bedroom if that is something you need to do. We love pegboards. These are great for holding Nerf guns and lightsabers. You can repurpose it to hold makeup supplies or craft supplies, things like that. This is a great way to take advantage of that vertical space on a wall without taking up a lot of floor space. And there are so many different organizers for pegboards that you can easily adapt anything to hold your kids' toys. Floating shelves are a great way to hold collections and toys as well, and keep them on display on the times that they are not playing with them. If your kid is obsessed with Pokemon cards like my youngest, they can take over really easily. So a few things we've done for my son is we've gotten him some binders. We've used leftover ones from the previous school year so he can store his different collections in the binders. We've gotten a bookcase to display other memorabilia he has. And then we had this hardware organizer sitting around that we weren't using that perfectly holds the cards in them. You can actually fit two sets side by side, so we created a little divider between them so they don't fall into each other. And each I'm not well versed into Pokemon. I'm learning slowly, much to my son's delight that I'm learning. But I guess there's different kinds of cards. So like in each drawer, he has a different type of card. Buddy, when you watch this, I am so sorry that I'm fumbling over this. I'm learning. Then if you have a kid who loves dolls, we took an old dresser that we had found at a garage sale and we turned it into a doll storage unit. If you would like more information on how to turn a dresser into doll storage, we did this for my daughter's 18-inch dolls. You could easily adapt it for smaller dolls as well, but I would love to put together a blog post for that. So if you want more information on how to do that, drop a comment down below and I would love to put that together for you. A cup and rod organizer is another versatile storage solution that can work for multiple things. You can use this for like little toys and trinkets. We've used it for craft supplies. It would be great for like makeup and hair accessories. It is very versatile, again, takes advantage of the vertical space on a wall, which keeps the floor clear. And it's super customizable because you can adjust how many cups and rods you need, and you can even label the cups to suit your needs as well. I also love this because the open storage makes it really easy for kids to see what they're looking for and be able to put things away easily. And then I saved my favorite for last. If you've ever been in my home or if you've seen pictures of my home, you know I love cube organizers, especially for kids. In fact, I tend to give these as gifts for baby showers because they are amazing. They are perfect for books. The smaller section makes it easier for books to get put away without falling over each other. They are great for putting toy bins in. So just a small bin can slide in and out. It keeps the container small, so it keeps collection small. There's a customizable layout, so you can stack them, you can put them next to each other, you can even put them in an L shape in a corner if you wanted. They come in various sizes and colors, and then you can mix and match them. You can have books in a few spots, you can have toy bins in another spot. They are so versatile. We have multiple of them in our home, like I said. My kids all have them, they love them. One last thing I want to say is that Be careful if you decide to use any under the bed storage units. I know these work great for a lot of people. We have found that they have not worked for us because then all of a sudden it's really easy to just assume that everything gets stored under the bed and it becomes a bigger mess and more difficult than just finding other storage solutions for those items that we were trying to store under the bed. So if it works great for you, amazing. And if it doesn't, you are not alone. It really didn't work well for us either. A little organization can really make a big difference in how functional and stress-free a child's bedroom can be. Which tip was your favorite? Let me know if you'll be trying any of these in your home. And if there are other tips that you use that work great for your family, let me know that as well. And maybe I'll do a part 2 of this video in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Happy decluttering. Bye. Let's start off with talking about closets. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't give in to the intrusive thoughts. Don't do it. You're doing it.